Good morning, everyone. Um, Allison Carlson here, back. I'm going to talk to you guys in a second about my son Glenn and his ankle sprain and what we're doing to help to heal him. Today I'm going to focus on kind of the supplements, the foods that we're eating. And yesterday I talked about essential oils and like an ankle sprain injury. And then the day before that, we talked about a lot about like chiropractic and ankle sprains. Why would you adjust? Sorry, I apologize. My dog is greeting us as the neighbor is mowing his lawn. But if you're here and you're watching live, comment below, say hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, write hashtag replay. As always, let me know what questions you have about health, about nutrition, about exercise. I had somebody that asked me yesterday, he has two sons that play baseball. And so he was asking me about like a strength and conditioning program specifically for baseball players. And so that's something that I'm just, making a list of all of your requests, and I'm just going to move down it. And then, hopefully my children don't injure themselves anymore. But, if our family life, if whatever happens for us, add some content that can help you guys, I'll share that as well. So for supplementing, well, first of all, nutrition-wise for Glenn, anytime there's an injury, your body requires a lot of protein to heal. So we have been really focused on getting him good, clean sources of protein. So like eggs for breakfast. He doesn't know this. I told you guys the other day that I was making bone marrow, and specifically that day I was making beef. And so I put the bone marrow in his eggs. Bone broth and marrow has so many, it comes from the bone and the ligaments and the tendons. And so it just has so many healing properties for like a joint injury, basically. So so we're really focusing on good quality protein. We're getting a lot of green vegetables into him, which is not easy. Glenn is not one of my vegetable eaters. And so we do that through protein shakes. And we personally use standard process protein shakes. They have like an unflavored, a chocolate, and a vanilla. I personally, for myself, prefer the unflavored one. The kids prefer the vanilla and the chocolate. And we'll add, maybe some berries and stuff, but we always put like spinach or kale or some like really green leafy thing in there. So bone broth and protein are like two must-haves for us. And then the supplements that he's taking, so all of our supplements that we take are standard process brand, and I have them in the office or message me maybe if you're not like local and you have questions about them. But first, so Drenamine is all about your adrenal glands. So your adrenal glands are they handle stress in your body. So obviously, being a soccer player, being a cross country player, there's pounding, right? And there's maybe lack of sleep based on times of practices and games. So there's that stress, but then there's like the stress of the injury. Okay. So I'm giving him Drenamine, and that is just to help his body adapt to the stress. The next thing, Cataplex C, is It's basically like a vitamin C. You can think about it that way. But these supplements are made from food. So it's not like if you go to, Target or Whole Foods or Costco or whatever and buy like a vitamin C, you're getting ascorbic acid. Where this is actually like coming from the foods. And so like if you look on the label, it's made out of buckwheat, alfalfa, some other alfalfa parts, reishi mushroom, shiitake mushrooms, wheat germ, carrots. There's a root that I cannot even pretend to announce. There's a little bit of echinacea in here. So it is just packed with, it's not oranges, but it's like those really heavy, rich foods that have a lot of like vitamin C, or what we think of as vitamin C. So that's really good for his ligaments. And obviously boosting his immune system and stuff. And then the last one, and this is kind of, if I can get it on here, it's called Ligaplex 1. So they have two. There's a Ligaplex 1 and there's a Ligaplex 2. So 1 is for acute injuries. 2 is for chronic injuries. So the minute that, this is like, if I had to pick one, I would go to this, because actually Glenn's my one that probably doesn't like to swallow supplements as best as possible, but he wanted to get back to playing more, so he didn't argue with me. And so he's been taking these 3 times a day. We don't necessarily do supplements, especially with the kids, that often. But because we had an acute injury, he wasn't even able to put weight on his foot, and he wanted to get back. Hey, Brian. Oh my gosh, this is like the perfect talk for you and Ben, and playing soccer and ligaments and all the things. So let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, for Glenn, like normally we just do supplements once a day. But because there's an injury, we're trying to get him back to sports. We kind of upped the ante a little bit, but we'll only do that for a short period of time. Actually, so he fell last Thursday, wasn't able to walk on his foot whatsoever. And last night we had him in the backyard, kicking the soccer ball around. We have like a rebounder, so it's like a wall that he can kick the ball against. And basically we were doing that because the plan is he's going to go back to practice tonight, and we just wanted to make sure that he was able to kick the ball, he was able to run on it, and because there's no point in sending him back if he's just going to re-injure it or injure it more and then be out for a longer period of time. But he woke up this morning, said it felt great, and he didn't feel like it aggravated anything. So hopefully we're good to go. So thanks for watching. Comment below any, if it's for you, if it's for your kids, any questions that you have, supplements, it can be as broad or specific as you want. I'm doing these for you and trying to make them as beneficial as possible. So make it a great day, guys.